best of the Morning X.
With Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy.
99 X.
Got someone you should know.
This would be Danny Garcia, and I'll tell you, Barnes, he beat you to the punch on this because I'm guessing if he was not doing what he is doing, you'd probably be doing what he's doing.
I had planned on it, but he's already done it.
He beat you to
Forget
it.
about it.
Danny, explain why you are someone we should know. What are you doing?
I'm walking around the world.
The world?
The world?
The world.
Or the
And wait a
country?
minute, I thought it was the United States.
Well, I leave for England on May the 11th. We're already, our flight's already taken care of, and we're going to walk around the world.
Who's we
You're going to
now?
walk to London.
I have a guy by the name of Mitch Rabin who has a television show called A Better World, and he's going to, do the video footage on this whole thing. He wants to do a documentary on it.
All right, let's start from the beginning. Where are you from? Where have you walked? How many miles have you walked? What's going on here?
Okay. I was born and raised in New York City, lived in San Diego for over 20 years, former Marine and former law enforcement officer, and started doing a walk in December of 1996 for Toys for Tots. Started from San Francisco and then walked to Tijuana, Mexico. Spoke to about 20,000 kids.
Jeez.
And
Did you just take the coast highway all the way down?
yeah. In fact, that's what I've done most of the way. Weather was really nice until it started to get really into the summer. Then it got to be like 105, 110.
Do you speed walk or do you just walk?
I walked. When I first started, I was walking like about 3-4 miles an hour. Then I started speed walking. It's now like about 5 to 7 miles an hour. And I walk. I started with about 25 miles a day. Now it's all the way up to about 50.
50 miles a day.
50 miles a day.
Have you already walked across the United States?
Yes, I have. I broke it down in legs. I walked from San Francisco to Tijuana and from Louisiana to the federal building in Oklahoma City. And then I walked from Miami to New York. And then I did some other walks after that.
How do you pay your bills, man? How do you...
What happens is we have sponsors that help, in getting across from one place to another. I had started out with $41. I went through a divorce in May of 96.
You got all but $41.
Man,
Wow.
you're not kidding. I gave everything away.
Sir, you needed a better lawyer. I'm sorry.
And I just...
So things weren't working out with your wife. You just walked away.
18 years. After 18 years, she wanted a divorce. So
When she gave him his walking papers, he took it literally.
But I've never been the same. I feel so good. I feel really clear. But at that time, I was devastated, man. I felt like being dead. So I know what it's like to go through a divorce now. But after walking for about 2 to 3 weeks, my mind just cleared out. And you go like in an alpha state, or I don't know what you call it, but it was just incredible. So all the garbage was gone. And now it's been almost, about a year and a half walking. And like I said, we're going to be leaving for London May the 11th. And I want to do a walk in memory of Princess Diana and for children and for world peace.
Are you just going to walk the rest of your life, find a new cause every year, and just keep walking?
That's what I've been doing, and I got a feeling they've already got me set up to walk in September of 98 into the United Nations. So I've got to be back in New York by September and do a walk with kids from 185 countries. It's already set up by some people from the UN.
Now, you said that you have sponsors, because I saw another guy on MTV doing the same thing, and he's on his own. He camps out at night. He takes donations from people. He doesn't really know from night to night where he's going to sleep or where his next meal will be. But do you have sponsors, so you're actually sleeping in hotels at night?
Yes. It's a miracle how it happened. I mean, when I started walking from San Francisco the first 2 days, that's how I started, like that guy. Planet Hollywood was involved. They were doing some of my press releases, and there were some other people. But when I almost got hit by cars after the first 2 days walking on the freeway, the Marines heard about it, since I was walking for Toys for Tots at that time, and they responded by having Humvees follow me. So all across the United States, I had a Humvee across the USA by Marine Corps Reserve units follow me all the way across and over the George Washington Bridge, and including police escorts and so forth. So it was incredible. Now, as far as the hotels were concerned, people like Holiday Inn had heard about it, so they just, they gave me a room overnight, or Radisson or AmeriSuites. So it went on like that. It ended up that a number of different people were involved. A very good friend of mine's, New York Mike, who's the owner of Harley Davis in New York. I mean, if we needed cash, or it was just that kind of a thing. So I never made any money for myself, but as far as my needs were taken care of. And
now,
I do
where
have
do
a
you keep all of your
nonprofit organization
belongings?
now that we started called Children of Our World Foundation. And I don't know, my walk was more of a spiritual walk. It was more of doing something for somebody else. And in the process, I was doing something for myself.
Well, now, because you had mentioned you're walking in memory of Princess Di and you're walking for Toys for Tots. Is it, when you say you're walking for, I mean, is there money? Are people sponsoring you per mile? Are you raising money? Do
Just
people
getting awareness?
Do people throw?
Well, one is the awareness, as you just said, obviously, and I mean, we've had people just when they hear about it on television and on the radio and the news, right away they say, "My gosh, this is incredible what you're doing. Keep up the good work." Because as you know, if we look across the United States or around the world, there's a lot of kids that are really, they're getting hurt in a lot of different ways and hurting themselves. So basically, my message is let them know that we love them, we care about them. Hey, if you need any help, give us a call. When we did it for Toys for Tots doesn't accept money, but they do accept new toys.
Right.
So we would put the word out, and what would happen when I'd be walking, people would run out of their homes with toys and put them, and we'd load them on the van that was behind us or the Humvee.
What kind of shoes do you wear on this walk?
I've had everything from Fila, that's donated sneakers, and various types of shorts and T-shirts and so forth, and I've had Brooks. I just got a pair of shoes donated, Reeboks. And they, what's interesting is that they don't last that long. I mean,
because you're walking all day.
You're doing 50 miles a day.
I walked through tornadoes. I got hit by a tornado in Jacksonville, Florida.
You didn't get hit by a tornado.
I
Sure,
mean,
you must weigh 17 pounds.
Danny Garcia, who is walking across the world, by the way. What do you mean you got hit by a tornado?
Well,
Explain.
I was looking at about 3 o'clock. About 10 o'clock on my left side, obviously, and I saw a tornado off to the side that was taking down poles. And I was walking from St. Augustine to Jacksonville, Florida, and when I saw it, I had on my left I had swamps, on my right I had the ocean, and I just literally made it to a restaurant just after getting hit by sand fleas. And I mean, it was scary. And I mean, I've been through mudslides in California area, and I got ran into a couple of snakes that were looking at me right on the road, and wild dogs and so forth. And I walk with a walking stick. I have a walking stick that was designed by a captain who's a surgeon in the Navy in San Diego. And
you're like Moses.
Yeah,
really.
And I'm looking for the promised land.
Where do you keep your belongings? All of your stuff?
Most of the stuff, most of the time, I have it in a vehicle that's following me.
I mean, you have no home, you have no apartment, you have no...
No, he's on the road.
At some point, you're going to have to get a life, though, Danny, and go to restaurants and go to movies and enjoy life instead of just walking.
Have you seen Titanic?
I do go to movies periodically. I do go to restaurants. But one of the things that I'm looking forward to be honest with you, is I do want to have my own place. I guess it's like Forrest Gump. I mean, the movie was very similar to my life, and I didn't see the movie till after I was already in the walk. So it's amazing how, you can get caught up in a situation and then get lost in it and then start to clear out. But I really feel 100% now. I really feel, I have kids. I communicate with my kids, and we send them gifts from...
How old are you?
I am 53.
How much do you weigh?
53.
I weigh 100 and about 85 pounds.
Really?
I've lost 6 inches on my waist.
I bet.
I mean, I've...
How long does it take one to walk, let's say, from San Francisco to Tijuana?
It took me a month to do that, and I was more or less taking more of my time because a lot of the times I get a chance to speak to schools. I speak at churches. I speak in organizations. When I was walking to Tijuana, I ended up speaking, in fact, to 20,000 kids that were waiting for me in the rain.
This makes me feel guilty about wanting to park right at the front door of Lenox Mall.
Jimmy, you want to walk? You sound like you're getting a little curious.
You know what? I think it would be a very spiritual thing to clear your head, and I think it would be amazing.
Take a walk.
After a couple hours.
Yeah, don't wait for it to walk
My head would be
like that.
sufficiently clear after an hour's walk.
Walking is a wonderful thing.
Walk
Danny,
around Chester. Hey, Danny.
Good luck to you.
And don't be offended, but take a hike.
Thanks a lot. I'm
You like
working
that?
on it.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Danny.
Danny.
Hey, thanks a lot. God bless you guys.
See you later.
All righty.
Danny
What,
Garcia is walking the world.
what does your dad do for a living?
He
Well,
walks.
he's walking. Oh, really? Where? Anywhere, everywhere.
Seriously, though, at some point you have to get a life.
I mean,
He will.
I mean, you can walk and you can walk and you can walk, but at some point, enjoy life.
Good for him, though.
everybody's
Gonna walk.
got their mission on the on
Good
this
for
planet,
him.
I guess.
That's can you imagine?
Hey.
I want to know how big the
Walking
calluses are on his
across-
feet.
Oh man,
Yeah.
can you imagine what his toes and feet must look like?
Yeah.
Eee.
Lot of toe jam.
All kinds of
Lot
mangled.
of jam. Maggots under there.
Stop it.
You're on the best of the Morning X.
Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.